Good evening. Welcome back to SFR for round 19 of the championship. There is only 5 races left to go, including this one. The championship is spicing up. We arrive here in Spielberg for the Austrian Grand Prix, first held since 1970. Then it went on an 11-year hiatus, returning back in 2014, and has provided some very good entertainment action indeed, especially between championship leaders in 2016 and also in 2024 recently this season as well. My name is Indigo, or Jamie as you want to call me, and alongside me tonight is the championship leader for Division 2. He won the Austrian Grand Prix yesterday, and his name is Owen Manso. How are you doing?
Yeah, all right, mate. Thank you for the introduction. I quite enjoyed that, to be fair. Yeah, no, I had a good race yesterday. It was, like I said in the interview yesterday, quite unexpected, to be fair, with my pace. But yeah, no, happy with that. And obviously now Division 1, like you said, championship spicing up. 26 points between Harry Kane and Laser. So Laser will now be starting to look to close the gap down on Harry Kane, because we've only got, 4 races left at the moment. I say at the moment because there's still no news on the rerun on the British Grand Prix. That was the second race that was meant to be, but because of the Euros, that's the reason why we missed it. There's still no news of that yet, but as soon as we hear some news about it, we'll obviously keep you guys updated as soon as we can.
Hopefully we can run the British GP, because it always provides some stunning racing in its past history all the time when we were at Silverstone. One of my favourite tracks as well, not being biased because I'm from Silverstone, from England. But anyways, here we go then towards turn 1, on board with Jensen as he brakes after the 100-metre board, clips the apex and leans on the curb on the outside. You don't really want to take the inside curve too much because it will set your car, cause you oversteer. Going out of turn 2 then, on the left-hand side, flat out King as we head towards turn 3, braking at the 100-metre board, straight line of braking, very aggressive going into there, and he locks up immediately going out of turn 3, which gives him a bit of wheel spin on the exit too, so not ideal there for Jensen, but this is his first lap time, so plenty of improvements to be as we go downhill towards turn 4, braking at the 100-metre board again. Use a bit of curb on the inside, don't take too much curb on the outside either, because it'll cause you to lose the balance of the car. Flat out turn 6, no problem through there. Going into turn 7 there, this can be very tricky. You want to get close and tight through there, slow in fast out corner, same with this one as well, going down this turn away. Look at that, fully flat out. I didn't even hear him lift out of turn 7 there, going into towards 8. Now we're coming towards the final 2 corners, the make or break corners. You can't afford to hesitate through here. Any signs of hesitation, well, you lose the car. 2, you invalidate. That was so close to invalidator there for Jensen, but here he is then as he makes his way towards the line. He's already beaten Pole from yesterday.
2 at the moment. Lord Brad, the top G, goes up to third with a 4.7. Obviously, he finished on the podium yesterday, so he's having to go in Division 1 today. So let's see how he gets on. MDJ goes up to second with a 1 minute 4.2. So at the moment, nobody can get into those 1 minute 3s at this stage at the moment. Jesse is, I think, made his debut today. He has just invalidated on his lap. We've got an Aston Martin of Draugen just crossing the line to start his lap now. And we then got Rising Star and Pocket Valley Guy going up to second and third, and now also into the 1 minute 3s as well.
The Spaniard of Blue Rocket goes into P4, picked up a podium last time out at the Brazilian Grand Prix. He overtook Harry Kane on the line, but unfortunately picked himself up a 6-second time penalty. And Harry Kane went for a preposterous strategy last week at all. The Ferraris once again tripping themselves up. Who was that? That was Kaname in P12. Got held up a bit. He was looking to take a slipstream on the back of his teammate, but I don't think Blue Rocket realised he was coming then, so I might have to back out. But anyways, he's still continuing downhill towards turn 4. But Harry Kane went for a bizarre strategy yesterday. His Noah Dietrich is here. What a performance he did as well, I think, last week in Brazil. I think he finished in P5. He took 16 points away, did Noah Dietrich. So what a fantastic drive that was from the Kick Sauber last week. And now I think there's one available spot left. I'm not quite sure what car is left because I'm not fast like that. But anyways, Kaname's coming out of turn number 8. Wow, you're quick.
I didn't see another W, so I was like, yeah, it's Williams. There you go. Draugen goes up to P number 6 with a 4.6 as well. So yeah, good banker lap from him, and obviously everyone's putting in their banker lap times now. Who's just gone upfield? Someone has gone upfield. Kaname's gone up the field P4 with a 1 minute 3.9. So 4th person now into the 1 minute 3. So yeah, you can really tell the gap between Division 2 and Division 1 at the moment. And then they've got Electro Dan going up to a 1 minute 4.5 exactly. Yeah, time's coming in quick and fast at the moment.
Yeah, Electro Dan, the Division 2 drive. No, he's Division 1 and 2. I'm trying not to get confused between him. Yeah, it's Electro Dan. He's the Division 2 driver, wasn't he? In the Brazilian
Yes.
Grand Prix. I remember him being up there in the Brazilian Grand Prix when he was fighting with Burmeister, etc. But things didn't quite work. Yeah, he actually won the Brazilian Grand Prix. I remember that now because he had a very good stint on the hardcore power tyres. I took it towards the end. But Jesse DeCranker, unfortunately, invalidated once again. The Brazilian Grand Prix was his debut last time out. And I think he did a good job as well, finishing at in P7. As thank God my voice has gone there because that was very loud.
Sorry, I'm having problems with my mic again. I think it's actually my controller. I got a new microphone. Bear Remy nearly lost it on the first corner, so that's his lap. Completely ruined already. But yeah, I got a new mic the other day, and I found out it's not actually my mic that's playing up. It's the actual controller. The jack that's in the controller basically is playing up. So I think I need to get a new controller soon.
Bear Remy is just warming up. He's just completed his out lap, and now he's going for another out lap too, as somebody else has moved to the order. Is that Norris?
Yeah, Bear Remy was literally going for a lap, but he completely lost the back end at turn number 1, so obviously he's backed out, and now obviously going to go for another out lap and try again on his next lap.
Harry Kane, the championship leader, gets a bit of a swap on at turn 1 as he climbs up the hill towards turn 2. DRS wide open as we reach speeds about 310 kilometers an hour. He's just not even using an overtake either, so there's more to be gained there from Harry Kane. This is good strategy from both Red Bull drivers because I know they go for multiple runs on the same set of soccer powered tyres. So what they do is the first one go easy, don't use any overtake. They just want a banker and a reference, and that's always good to have a banker there. You can see Harry Kane using all the track on the left hand side to get a good turn, a good exit as well. A bit of overtake for good measure going out of turn 6, but we know there's more potential for Harry Kane because he hasn't used the overtake button on the main straights then, so this is going to be not representative to what he can actually do. A 44.3 in the middle sector as he rounds off turn 7, turn 8 there, getting close to the curb, using all the curb on the exit as well to try and gain the max amount of time going out of turn 9 here. Let's see how it takes it. Slight lift off, gets on the curb on the inside, uses all the road on the outside, and now coming towards the final corner where we saw George Russell crash in 2022 in qualifying. Here comes Kane. That's P2. Wow. Even not despite not using overtake, that's P2. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a great banker lap as well. 2/10 is the difference between himself and Laser. Laser currently in P5, currently in the pit lane. He obviously set that lap time earlier. What you've got to keep in mind as well, obviously, the track will be improving every single time. There'll be more rubber going down on the track, so obviously the track will be improving. Obviously, with that, Harry Kane obviously set a later lap time than Laser. So obviously that might have helped a little bit for Harry Kane to put that Red Bull up to P2 at the moment.
Here comes the Sauber now, blasting his way towards line. It's going to be a 3.8, and he puts himself into P5. Like Division 2 we saw yesterday, the times are incredibly close here. Nothing separating these drivers. Fireblaze in P6, the Dutchman asking me to go on dinner with him in the Netherlands, but I'm not quite sure if that'll happen or not. But here comes the top G then, the man that scored a podium yesterday and at the Brazilian Grand Prix, him and Electro Dan, with the ones fighting now as Top G goes 2/10 quicker in middle sector there, so let's see where he's going to put himself. Probably P14, P15 territory, probably leapfrog both Aston Martins in 14th and 15th. Here we are, flicking our way towards turn 9. Now into turn 10 we go. Sauber desperately need the points here because they've been having a lot of reserve drivers recently. Here he is across the line now, goes up into P13, gets ahead of Rise and both Aston Martins. Jesse DeCranker is the only one hasn't set a lap time yet. 2 attempts and both attempts, unfortunately, as he gets a massive wobble on going out of the first corner there, so might compromise him again. Jesse DeCranker, 2 previous attempts, and he gets a nice turn at the back of the Sauber, has invalidated. Here we are towards the end of the first sector. 16.1 doesn't have a reference point as he slides to the corner really nicely, but as he tries to get on the throttle, the back end of the car just sliding a bit as well, so he needs to be very careful on his inputs as we head down towards turn 4 between the Alpha RB, the record racing boards, because the Visa and the Cash App sponsors will go, thankfully, because it's we don't call it Visa Cash App Racing Bulls. As we now come towards turn 7 we go. Let's see how he takes it into 5th, but gets on the curb, has to bail out of it a bit to screw off the speed to make sure he didn't really spin on the corner. We saw Ellie do that as well. We saw Sonic Hawk spin in the RB as he gets almost dragged off the circuit by that curb there. Curb just pushed him almost off the track as we make our way now towards turn 9 and turn 10 we go. In 7th gear, slight lift off as we make our way towards the final corner for him. A lot of commitment, a lot of speed, gets very close towards the white lines. Where can the RB put his car? P11 only for him.
I was on board with Laser as well, and Laser's gone up to P2, just ahead of his championship rival, Hurricane, in P3. So these two guys are really close to each other right now, and that's what we like to see. And obviously Jensen's still on that pole position as well. And I think he's also on the lap as well.
I tell you who would have got pole. It was Blue Rocket, because Blue Rocket invalidated on the final corner, the exit on the outside. Didn't gain any time. He was just outside the track limits. It would have been a 1:03.707, and that would have put him on pole. But Jensen so far doing a great job in qualifying. He's 2/10 up in the set team. Missed out at the Brazilian Grand Prix, and in USA things didn't go his way when the safety car came out. Those guys weren't able to pit under a safety car because they passed the pit lane entry and the safety car was already out. So those two are Laser and Jensen cost themselves as well. I know those two lads going to play with each other. Jensen's coming towards the line now to extend his advantage. It's a 3.5 dead on. And let's see then, can anybody else try and snatch pole away from him?
That is crazy.
Rising Star, it's a Haas 1-2.
Yeah. Yeah, literally the same, pretty much the exact same lap time as well, but with the two as well. So yeah, that's so far an amazing qualifying session for both Haas drivers. But I'm just really surprised with these times at the moment, especially with the pole lap that we saw yesterday and the pole lap that we currently have now. It's just crazy. I think it's around nearly a second. I think the gap is now between the pole lap yesterday and the pole lap today.
On board with the Mercedes driver of Norris recently, his form has gone down a little bit, but as we make our way now towards turn 4 at the exit breaker zone, he's got some good paces, Norris, but has just been unlucky in the last few races. I know he was with me at the Mexican Grand Prix because we had a little trio going on for 4th, 5th and 6th, me, Norris, and also I think it was Laser at the time being. As we come towards in the first sector, Norris is 2/10 up. He's trying to get himself inside the 3.9 section there, as Fireblaze is just on the cusp as he's now on an outer lap. As Rising Star, Jensen back in the pit lane. Both Hasses followed each other, so I think Rising Star has to wait even longer as Norris makes his way towards the final corner. Very nice and clean. What's his reward as we go towards the line? It's a 3.8, and he puts himself into P6 just ahead of Remy by 1,000th of a second. These times are just absurd. They're just incredibly close. I can't believe the gaps we're seeing here.
Yeah, between 1st and 17th, it's currently a second, but I think yesterday was even closer. I think 1st to, I think it was like 17th was about 7/10. So yeah, but like you said, yeah, these times are really close at the moment. As Norris is currently in P6 with a 3.8 as well, which he also congratulated on my win yesterday. So I appreciate that from you, Norris.
Yeah, Norris is a very nice guy, good guy in the community as well, and he's a very good racer. You can always get along with him every time you race him, and P6 so far. I know he had a struggle fest in Brazil because he spun at the exit of Ferradura coming towards turn 7 in the early stages, so never really recovered from that. Mexico, he finished in P5. He should have finished in P6, but I ran out of fuel unfortunately towards the end, so P5 was his best result. Did he DNF'd at the in Kota as well? Did Norris. I'm actually reading the wrong results here. I'm reading Remy's results. I don't know why, but Norris is just further down in the championship. He's currently P4, in the championship. He's only 4 points away from Remy. That surprised me, but the consistency that Norris has had so far, barring the Brazilian Grand Prix, that's why he's so close to Remy. And crucially, he's currently ahead of Remy right now in qualifying, as all the drivers are in the pit lane waiting for the final stages. Let's go on board with the man that won the Austrian Grand Prix last time he came here in season 14. He had a fantastic battle with Timo Glock. With Glock, as we make our way towards turn 7. These two are going side by side in the middle sector. MDJ went for a long stint as Glock went for the undercut. Then MDJ later on pitted onto a brand new set of the medium compound tyres because they did hard to mediums. That's the strategy back then. And his mediums were about 3 or 4 laps younger. MDJ caught up to Laser, overtook him. Caught up to Samit, overtook him. Next up was Glock in the final lap of the final corner. He got him. MDJ stays in P14. Jesse de Kranker, the two Dutchmans in the RB. And so far, Jesse de Kranker just has the better of his teammate.
My screen's glitching for some reason. I won't. There we go, sorted now. I was trying to get on board with Fireblaze. I've finally done it. But yeah, no, MDJ currently P14, 1 minute 4.1. He recently just joined Combat Racing again halfway through the season. So he's still kind of getting used to the game. He's quite. I wouldn't say he's very far behind of everyone else and like getting comfortable with the game. But I think he's nearly there. Obviously, he got a good reason. I think he made his debut back in Division 2, and I think he actually won that race as well.
Yeah, you're right. He made his he did make his debut in Division 2 in Belgium. Finished that race ahead of Casti because Casti had a 3-second time penalty. Then he made his step up towards Division 1, and he got a podium in second place. Unexpected podium because I think Laser, MDJ, on the right tyres at the right time towards the end, because he kept mixing up the conditions and we didn't know who was in the best tyres at that stage. Plus the safety car helped him as well because the rain impacted the circuit. But the top G, currently in 15th place, just ahead of Electro Dan, the two drivers that were fighting the Brazilian Grand Prix last week in Division 2. The top G, they're using the corner to rotate the car even more, using the curb, as we make our way at the final corner now. DRS enabled for him. Where can he put that Sauber? Stays 15th, and he didn't improve his lap time either. So we're just waiting for majority of drivers to get on the track, and Jensen is out there, but it looks like he's just preparing for another flying lap then.
Yeah, as Laser has just started his lap time now, so let's see how he gets on. A bit of a lock up down to turn 1, but it shouldn't cause him any issues. So a good exit, and now he's going to go down towards turn number 3. Obviously, where we are now is turn number 2, which as you can see is pretty much flat out. This is a very important corner. Make sure you turn in exactly what he's doing now. Get a good exit, no wheel spin, which again exactly what he's done now. And he looks like he's going to get a lot of slipstream from his teammate, a Pocket Valley guy. So Pocket Valley guy doing an exact what he wanted to do really, and give him that slipstream. He's going to gain about another 10th and a half there. Turn number 4 that was then, and now he's coming up to turn 5 and 6, which is basically all flat out. And then, as you can see there, he's currently a 10th up. It won't be pole. He will be staying where he is at the moment with that lap time. So he needs a really good sector 3. Takes a lot of curb, and again a lot of curb again. And his no ERS left, using as much as he can now, and he stays where he is, but he does make a little bit of an improvement. So he stays in P3, as Harry Kane is only about 0.06 off Laser. So again, for Harry Kane, he just needs a little bit of an improvement just to beat Laser.
Here comes Jed to the final corner then. Can he extend the bar once again? He crosses the line. No, it's not. It's a 3.6, and he remains in first place, just looking over his shoulder. Can his teammate beat him? Can Harry Kane do something about it? Pocket Valley guy, can he try and get his first pole of the season? Because I know he's had a rotten look so far in the last few races. Rising Star, look at the rotation on the car he had. He cut the corner in turn 2, got away with it, because sometimes cut the corner there, you lose the back end of the car. And as we head down towards turn 4 now, braking at the 100-meter board, using the outside curve for support as well. Look at that, taking the curve very nicely as the car looks like it's pointed in the right directions, steering where he wants to steer it. As we make our way towards turn 7, look at that, the wide angle he used to try and get a good exit out of here. As we make our way towards, look at that, a 10th up in the middle sector there for Rising Star, but there is an RB just in front of us. The RB is not backing off. It looks like he's going for a lap time then, so hopefully he gets out of the way or just continue pushing as he is. So just to distract Rising Star. Rising Star coming towards the final corner. This looks like it's a good lap time so far. Can he rise to the top as he crosses the line? It's a 3.3, and Rising Star is on pole for the first time this season. What a lap time there from the Haas driver. Who'll be pleased with that? And it's a Haas 1-2 so far in this session, but we've still got others competing. Harry Kane is a few hundreds up in the first sector as he makes his way down towards turn 4. We've got a Pocket Valley guy who's getting a teammate, who's getting his slipstream, not from his teammate, but he has advantage his lap time, so that won't count. As we make our way now towards turn 7, Fireblaze up into P4, just nips Harry Kane. As Harry Kane, this lap time is not good enough, but we know Kane has only got 1 pole this season. That's a spinner of an RB that's unfortunately spun out of turn. But Blue Rocket takes pole at the end with a 3.2. The Spaniard is on pole for the first time this season, but Harry Kane, I don't think he's got no response. He's got the DRS open. He crossed the line now. He goes up into 4th, crucially ahead of his championship leader there. What a qualifying that was. But Rising Star, Blue Rocket, Jensen, the newcomers in the last few races, they all claim the top 3 and showing everybody they're a force to be reckoned with. We've got Jesse DeCrank in 13th place, but he has not. Yeah, that's it for both of them. The RBs, we did see one of them spin. I presume that was Jesse. But there's one thing I'm missing. There's one thing I'm missing, Mansell, is my glasses. No wonder I'm struggling to see. I'm gonna get them right now.
No worries, mate. As you can see, Blue Rocket on pole with that amazing lap time. I really don't know how these guys find that much time in qualifying. But yeah, Blue Rocket, obviously driver of the day last week. He started 16th last week on the grid, and he got himself all the way up to that podium position. So he was driver of the day last week. And obviously Blue Rocket now on pole position, of course, and of course the position you want to be, and it'll be your best opportunity to win this race. Obviously round here, You got 3 DRS zones, and it's very, very, very difficult to get through or pull away. So there we go then. Blue Rocket in first, we've got Rising Star second, Jensen in third, Harry Kane fourth, Laser fifth, Fireblaze sixth, Pocket Valley Guy seventh, Noldus in eighth, Bearemy ninth, Luxie in 10th, Kaname in 11th, Rise 12th, Jesse in 13th, Dragon in 14th, Noah in 15th, MDJ 16th, Lord Brad the Top G in 17th, Electro Dan 18th, Martin 19th, and Langfell in 20th position. 1.3 seconds off was Langfell. I think the gap around yesterday was about half a second or something between first and 17th, because obviously Oliver got a quali ban. So there was obviously 18 competing. Ollie had the quali ban. So only 17 competed in qualifying. Nice and sunny day in Austria. I thought this was going to be a week of quite a lot of rain, but we only saw it really in Division 1, and I didn't watch the race, but I know it was rain, and I think they were on dry tyres as well. Gareth will know more if he is still in here. So evening to you, and also evening to Crossfire Strikes as well. But yeah, we'll see what happens in this main race. Obviously, Harry Kane and Laser right next to each other, so they obviously will need to basically try and keep with each other. Especially for Laser as well, he needs to try and start closing that gap in the championship. Obviously, only 4 races left of the season.
He clawed some points back away from Harry Kane at the Mexican Grand Prix. That was because Harry Kane had a qualifying ban, put him at the back of the field, and I think he went for an early pit stop because I never saw him in the Grand Prix being so far up. Now, that's how they're cocky. I didn't mean to say that way, but Harry Kane unfortunately just couldn't make his way through the field. He was stuck in the DRS train, tried to go for an undercut, had old tyres towards the end. He pitted for a brand new set of soft compound tyres. Laser finished in P4 ahead of Noldus, and he clawed some points back. But the pendulum looked like it was swinging towards Laser in Brazil, but Harry Kane made a bizarre strategy work from pitting under the first safety car on lap 1 and took those hards towards the end, despite being chased down by Blue Rocket and AMS Nico at the end of the Grand Prix. AMS Nico, unfortunately for the German driver, he is not here tonight, but AMS Nico as Marco has got some amazing pace. I wish those drivers were full-time because all those guys have got some fantastic pace. But we've got Crossfire Strikes, unfortunately not here. He's in the Haas. We've got Keenan Albarak, who is also a reserve driver, unfortunately not here. Brabit, who is a very quick driver. He started his debut in the Sauber, fighting with Ramovaj, and that's another driver who's not here so far. But Ramovaj is leading the championship reserves grid, but that's an unofficial championship, so no medal there for Ramovaj. But Magnus is second place. Magnus, he's attended a lot of races this season. He's been consistent inside the top 10, but haven't really seen much of him so far. Marco, who's made his debut back in the Dutch GP, same with Pocket Valley Guy. Pocket Valley Guy had a punch on the Inters, and Marco won the Grand Prix. But F1 Dobby we saw make his debut at the Singapore Grand Prix. Indigo, he made his debut, but only scored 8 points after running out of fuel towards the end. FNR Simon, we saw as well. Zenon, we've seen a few attempts from him. We know he's a former Div 1 driver himself. We had a lot of people reserved for Division 1. CPI Ivo, I'm intrigued to see what he could have done because I know CPI is a very good esports team and they've got a good eye to look for. What was I going to say? I forgot now. Yeah, I actually forgot what I was going to say. I had the word in my head, but I lost it. Not intelligent. Talented. There we go. I was looking for the word talented, but yeah, unfortunately for Ivo, made his one-off race, and it'll be very interesting to see. I think he made his debut back in the Singapore Grand Prix, and there's another one as well that I forgot to mention. I think it was who was it? I just saw his name pop up in front of me. German. German is a very good friend of mine. We've had a lot of laughs and in other leagues. He's a very quick driver on his day, but he's very unreliable in terms of making it to races. He called me out for not racing in one of the races, but I said to him, you haven't turned up for any race this season in another league. But yeah, German's very quick on his day, but he scored a podium at the Chinese Grand Prix. That was one and only appearance here in SFR. I think he made his appearance a few seasons ago as well. Wingish, that's the driver, the ILT driver Wingish, who is Finnish as well. He is very quick. I've raced against him in other leagues, and he's phenomenal. But yeah, I would have loved to see what he could have done. All these drivers making up the grid, it would have been a ding-dong battle between all those guys at the top.
Yeah, like you said earlier about Ramovac, obviously he started the season as a full-time driver in that Williams, and he was, I think, I don't know when he decided to step down, but he was up there with obviously Laser and Harry Kane. So if he was still here, then we would have seen a three-way fight for the championship, which would have been even better. Obviously, we got that championship fight at the moment, but with Ramovac in there as well, it would have made things a lot more interesting. Obviously, the only division we have that at the moment with three drivers currently in that championship fight is obviously Division 2, with myself, Burmeister and Adams. But yeah, and then obviously in Division 3, Puberli is obviously very on top.
Hang on.
Yeah,
Hang
but
on.
barely.
Yeah.
Most wins of the season. I think he's picked up 7 wins in Division 3 as the Norwegian driver. 6 wins actually, and 12 podiums. Well, 13 podiums because the standings had been updated. He did pick up a podium at the Austrian Grand Prix on Monday's race. So Puberli, very consistent. He's got a massive lead over the V car and Mr. Wiggles as well. The V car and Mr. Wiggles are equal on points.
I do believe Puberli can win the championship next race. That's how far ahead he is at the moment. I think he's got I think it's a 78 points gap. It has to be at the end of next week's race, and if it is above that, then I do believe he does take the championship. So yeah, that's how far currently he is ahead of Puberli is. But yeah, now on to obviously, of course, Division 1, 20 drivers today. So yeah, let's see if everyone can have a clean start.
Here we are then, Rising Star versus Blue Rocket as we head down towards turn 1. Who's going to get ahead of who? We've seen plenty of people get forced off in the past at turn 1 because there's simply not enough space. But will they keep it clean? Majority of people on the medium compound tyres, the opposing drivers on the hards, and we'll see which strategy is better. Usually the mediums to hards without a safety car. Depends when it comes out or if it comes out. 3, 4, 5 lights, and we're going to be underway very shortly, and we are underway for the Austrian Grand Prix. Blue Rocket has massive wheel spin. Here comes Rising Star alongside him as we head down towards turn 1, as Rising Star takes the inside line. He takes the Grand Prix, and now it's the Haas sandwich. Fireblaze has been promoted to P5 because he got ahead of Harry Kane. Harry Kane's lost 2 places. We go 3 abreast, up towards turn 3 we go. This could get hectic indeed. The Haas backs up, but down the inside goes Rising Star to reclaim the lead, but Blue Rocket has the outside line. Out of turn 3, gets a lovely launch. Fireblaze is back ahead of Harry Kane. Those guys continue their squabble. Now they're side by side as we head down towards turn 4. It looks like a clean start so far. Harry Kane has the inside line as Fireblaze is boxed in behind Laser as we go down towards turn 4 as MDJ picks up a penalty already in this Grand Prix. Fireblaze has shown the curb and he's down into P6. Harry Kane just overtaken, but so far a clean lap for all these guys. Rise is alongside Draugen, but he has to maintain P16 for the time being. But so far a clean start, but MDJ has spun out and has lost his wing, unfortunately. The man that won last time out we came to Austria.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what happened. I've been on board with Martin this whole lap, and MDJ, I don't know if he's made contact or what, but he was stranded at that turn 4.
Unfortunately there, the DRS is enabled, then Blue Rocket was able to re-overtake Rising Star. Rising Star getting all squirrely out of turn 1, but he has the DRS now on the back of Blue Rocket. Like we saw with Div 3, we've got 2 cars versus 1. It was the 2 Mercedes versus, I think it was the Williams or the Alpine at the time as we head down towards turn 3. Rising Star looking for him on the outside, but he can't quite do it.
Wings everywhere. We've got a lot of contact in the rear as well. Wings everywhere. So yeah, a lot of these guys have lost their end plates. I don't really know what's happened. I think a Constantina effect really that's happened down to turn 3 as Rising Star now takes the lead with this Grand Prix. Overtakes Blue Rocket down the inside at turn number 4.
Blue Rocket has got a lot of his hands tonight because he's got 2 Hasses pounced on him as well, so it's a massive headache there for Blue Rocket. But that's sure what happened in Division. What happened there?
Sorry, I just had a look at Noldus, and Noldus has just been really unlucky. He's lost an end plate as well. But yeah, Noldus has been really unlucky this season, I have to admit. And again, it's not going well for him again because he's got that end plate damage. And I think a lot of these guys have actually got end plate damage as well because, like I said, there's a lot of debris at turn number 3. It's Bear Remy and Noah is also going side by side, and they've also both lost their end plate as well. So, like I said, a lot of these guys have lost their end plate on their front wing.
Look at this, up towards turn 3. Jensen's boxed in as Rising Star has been overtaken. Can he make the corner? Blue Rocket, yes he can, just about. But the two Hasses are about to go side by side as we exit turn 3. Look at the loss from Jensen. Overtakes his teammate. Has to go on the grass. And now he's alongside Blue Rocket. Here comes the other Hass around the outside of Blue Rocket as well. Here, as we head down towards turn 4, the side by side. Blue Rocket has the inside line with Rising Star trying to go around the outside. Can he make it? Will it be a Hass 1-2? Or can Blue Rocket just hold on there? Well, she might do it because he has the outside line going in towards turn 7. He does. Blue Rocket stays in P2 despite being under massive pressure from the Haas behind. He's able to maintain the pressure, keep his nerves, and pounce to the right time. But Rising Star surely not going to make a move down into turn 9. It's unwise, which he doesn't do, and stays in P3. But what a great battle. Massive respect for the top 3 there. Keep it nice and clean. It could have gone wrong at any given moment. Rising Star almost lost it at turn 10, the final corner. And I've noticed as well that Rising Star does really struggle with traction. But this is fantastic. Laser and Hurricane just frustrated. They're waiting in the wings to see what happens towards the top 3. Can they pounce if any of the top 3 make a mistake? Blue Rocket has the DS again, but he's going to stay behind the Haas, knowing that Rising Star will be over the back of him. Or is he going to go for a move? Yes, he does. Laser breaks. It was a late call, which gives Jensen the DRS. And now Jensen will have the DRS the back of Blue Rocket again. Here we are with the rear wing open. Blue Rocket chooses to defend the inside line. Will Jensen try and swoop around the outside to take the lead again? Yes, he does. Or does he? Because Blue Rocket's still there, but Jensen has the racing line, has a car ahead as we make our way out of turn 4. Jensen gets a better exit, and he stays in P1. This is fantastic, but I'm a bit nervous because I think contact could be made with all these guys fighting out in the early stages.
Yeah, obviously at this early stages we're seeing a lot of overtakes, but I think people want to try and get in the lead of the Grand Prix, see if they can pull away and just see what their pace is like in obviously clean air. Obviously when you're behind them, obviously you're going to get that dirty air off the car ahead. So these guys really do want to try and get into the lead, but with obviously the disadvantage of that, you will not be getting DRS, and DRS, as we've seen throughout this whole season, is very powerful, and again it's going to be very difficult to pull away, as Jensen again is struggling to do. So Blue Rocket is going to go for that move, of course, down to turn number 3, when most of the moves are going to be done down to turn 3 and turn number 4. Blue Rocket inside line should get that move done quite easily, to be fair. Jensen try and gets a better exit, and again, because he's got DRS, Jensen will now re-overtake Blue Rocket. I think it's going to see like this, like lap after lap. And Jensen re-overtakes Blue Rocket for that lead of the Grand Prix. But the likes of Rising Star, Hurricane, Laser, they're all right behind this pack at the moment, and really what they call this is a DRS train. So you're just stuck in this DRS train. You can't really make an overtake because obviously everyone in front of you have got DRS, so they'll be getting the same speed, and the guys behind you also got DRS. So again, the same speed, they can't really overtake you.
Look how close they are. Meanwhile, Hurricane got past Laser. Laser was trying to put a move on Rising Star at turn 3, but Hurricane swooped her on the outside, got him. Now he's all at the back of Rising Star. So these guys are pushing each other to try and put themselves in uncomfortable territory. It's a massive train, like you said, from P1 all the way down to P10. If you guys in this DRS train do have wing damage, Fireblaze is one of them. Noah D-Trick is one of them. Here we are, up towards turn 3. Blue Rocket making a move. The Haas is sandwiched, can't go anywhere. As we make our way down towards turn 3, Blue Rocket will he outbreak himself? No, he won't. The two Hasses go side by side again. Blue Rocket once again gets a good exit, but Jensen has the DRS. Here comes Hurricane now, 2 by 2. As we head down towards turn 4, who is going to make it out on top? Jensen on the inside line, Fireblaze. Here we are. The Haas trying to go up the inside, but he can't quite do so. Gets a better exit. Blue Rocket gets pinched on the curb. Rising Stars now alongside, but Blue Rocket trying to defend for all of his might. He can't quite do it. Yes, he can. He stays in P2, but Hurricane was trying to force a move, but he couldn't quite do it. Who's that in the background? That was Pocket Vanek guy making a mistake at turn 7. He's on the hard compound tires, remember, so going from hards to mediums, but in front of him is a damaged fireplane.
Hurricane's going for a new move at turn number 8, and he does do that. Great move there from Hurricane up to P3. We've seen that from Hurricane. He does seem to be on a bit of the aggressive side, but very clean aggressive side of it, and that's what you need to be. Need to do, especially in this track championship fight as well. Laser also needs to do that. Rising Star didn't get the best exit about turn 1, which kind of gives Laser the opportunity, but it does look like Rising Stars are using a bit of ERS to defend that at the moment. And yeah, Hurricane out to P3. Next target for him is obviously Blue Rocket and Jensen.
Harry lost a few places at the start of the Grand Prix, got overtaken by Fireblaze and Laser, but made him back immediately. But we need to talk about what happened in turn number 4. Blue Rocket now up the inside of Jensen going side by side to turn 4, but look at Rise's start trying to go back down the inside. That was a very late call from the Haas. Made contact with him, but luckily no more than that. Laser, will he take advantage? Further in the background, I love to watch everybody. The two Alpines going side by side. They started down in 19th and 20th place. Langfall is ahead of Martin, but how long for? As we go side by side into turn 7, Martin just stays ahead of Langfall, but as we go towards 8, the two Alpines still remain wheel to wheel on the medium compound tyres, both of them, and there's still Martin just gets ahead. There's Electro Dan waiting in the background there in the Aston Martin. We go back towards the top though because we need to keep an eye peeled to see what happens. Look at that massive train from 1st to 10th. All these guys having a ticket as we make our way down towards turn 1 we go. So Jensen will be exposed on the straight. Look at Rise to start once again having a bad exit at turn 1. Laser wheel at the back of him. Blue Rocket with the DRS. When he go for a move down to turn 3, he's seen him compromise plenty of times because he's not waiting for the DRS. There's the white line to signal the detection point as they go side by side. Bit of wheel banging there between the two, but Jensen gets a lovely launch. Blue Rocket on the other hand will have the DRS on the back of Jensen, but look at Harry Kane way to the background. Laser's making a move on Rise to start as we go down towards turn 4 we go. Blue Rocket, will he take the lead of the Grand Prix? Will he try and get back down the inside? There's Rise to start defending from Laser behind as Jensen just stays in front there as Harry Kane is trying to force Blue Rocket to try and make a move and put himself further up the order. This is great scrapping away, but I think Rise to Star is really struggling with traction. We can see him wheel spinning at every single corner, especially down at turn 1 and turn 3, the heavy braking zone as well. He's really fighting the car with traction, not able to get the power as quickly as he would have wanted to try and keep up with these guys. Be very careful as well because Laser is all at the back of it. But shout out to the man in P6, Fireblaze, because he got a broken wing and he's able to stick with the back of these guys. But bearing in mind though, Pocket Valley guys now side by side as we head towards uphill towards turn 1. No moves being made down here. It's unwise to make a move into turn number 1 because the guy behind will have the DRS on you again to re-overtake you at turn 3. Here we go then. Blue Rocket is side by side with Jensen. These two, massive respect between those guys as now Blue Rocket is ahead, but Hurricane, is he going to make a move? Yes he is. Into turn 3 we go. Jensen versus Hurricane, but Jensen gets a better exit on the outside. They both have the DRS on the back of Blue Rocket then, so let's see who will get ahead of who going down into turn number 4, but Hurricane just has the advantage over Jensen as we go down towards turn 4. What's happened to Laser?
He's down in P9. I don't exactly know what's happened. I just noted he's down to P9. He's lost about 4 positions there. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what happened with him.
He was in P5 last time. Did he make contact with Rise to Star? I'm not quite sure. But however, this is big implications for the championship for Laser down in P9. Crucially, he's still in this DRS train. It's going to be much harder to make your way back. Look at all these guys. You could throw a blanket all over them because they're so close together. In the background, who's that going side by side? Oh, Fireblaze in the pit lane. Jensen gets a 3-second penalty. So looks he goes off the track because he had to avoid the Williams going in the pit lane. And he also exceeds track limits too. But Jensen has picked himself up a 3-second penalty. That will be very costly towards the end. We've seen it yesterday when people ahead like Top G and Martin having penalties and it cost them the race win potentially. Here comes Hurricane now on Blue Rocket. Tremendous pace from Hurricane once again. A silent killer, a silent assassin in Grand Prix racing. Not good qualifying, but definitely good race pace. As Jensen and Blue Rocket are side by side now out of turn 3. Look at the launch Hurricane had as Blue Rocket then stays in P2. Blue Valley guy in P5 is on the hard compound tyres, so he's still in this DRS train. It's been split a bit. Now we've got 5 cars instead of the 5 before as well. Jensen Kranker up the inside of Noah Dietrich. Noah Dietrich started in last place, I think, due to join the session late, but Jesse is ahead of Noah Dietrich and he puts himself into 8th place. We know that Jesse has great race pace. There's a hard compound tyres too. I think the crossover point between the hards and mediums are starting to happen then. So Pocket Valley guy in P5 will have the advantage later on, but I think I called the Blue Valley guy, didn't I?
Yeah, you did earlier. Like you said as well, yeah, I'll see Pocket Valley guys is on a hard compound tyres, and this is important for Pocket Valley guy at the moment to stay with this pack. As long as he stays with this pack, as soon as he comes in the pits, obviously he will be on the quicker tyres and these guys will be on the hard compound tyres. But obviously, as we saw yesterday, the Inca is really powerful.
Oh, Harry Kane!
Oh, Harry Kane's off! Oh, and he's big moment. He's down to P5, so maybe it's something to do with what Laser did earlier. But yeah, as Laser makes the move down to on Deluxey, is now up to P6. But yeah, that was a massive moment for Harry Kane. I don't think I've ever seen Harry Kane to make a mistake like that, all on his own as well. But as I was saying with Pocket Valley guy, the undercut is really powerful around here. So it's going to be difficult for Pocket Valley guy to catch up to the pack later on, obviously when he comes in, because obviously he'll be stopping later as well, as Jensen now takes that lead over Blue Rocket. But yeah, big moment there for Harry Kane.
And Laser, guess who's behind him? Laser again. So both of them are back together in different circumstances here because Harry Kane made a massive mistake out of turn number 1. Just lost the back in the car. That could have ended badly there. We saw Lando Norris do it at the exit turn 1. Jensen committed to the white line. You got to. Oh, Blue Rocket guy! He made contact with him. Blue Rocket guy did not acknowledge that Jensen was going to go in the pit lane there. He took his normal racing line. Noah Dietrich picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. Jensen's the first one to pit in this bunch. Harry Kane's up into P3 now, just behind Blue Rocket guy. Blue Rocket guy, pocket banner guy. Come on. Oh my goodness me.
You're getting confused between the two at the moment, but yeah, the gap between Laser needs to try and get into the back of this back of this pack. Obviously, he's got Jesse.
Oh, Blue Rocket guy! Sorry to interrupt, but he's going to dive up to the inside of turn 3. It's a very late move. Blue Rocket guy is side by side now with Harry Kane, but Harry Kane gets a better launch at the corner with the outside line, and Blue Rocket's not able to make a move. Pocket Bandit guy is side by side with Rising Star. He takes it in the Grand Prix. Down the inside goes back, the Ferrari driver, but the Red Bull has the outside line. Should have better traction. He does. What a race so far. Remember, Jensen's pitted, but Owen, this is going to be a fantastic race towards the end of the Grand Prix. I can't wait.
Yeah, nor me. Obviously, Pocket Valley guys now is taking that lead, and he will be, I think at this stage of the race, the hard compound tyres are definitely the best compound to be on, but obviously with that DRS being powerful, the Pocket Valley guy nearly loses the back end out of turn number 9. We're seeing quite a few drivers making these kind of mistakes today. But yeah, now Rising Star will be all on the back of Valley guy and try and get that overtake redone again, as Harry Kane already back in this battle for obviously the lead of the race. Rising Star, pause, and then obviously Harry Kane are going to try and make it 3 wide if they can. Blue Rocket with a massive dive bomb gets the McLaren goes wide, but the Red Bull is also there, so they're side by side. Rising Star is also there as well. Who doesn't have DRS? I don't think Harry Kane. Oh yes, they do. They both have DRS. Blue Rocket takes that inside line and gets Harry Kane. So yeah, big dive bomb there from the Ferrari driver of Blue Rocket and gets up to P2.
Remember 2020, I think, when Sergio Perez made that massive dive on Lando Norris. Could have been the other way around, but Lando Norris, I think, centered on the inside of Perez, and they pushed him off the track. I think that's the year Lando Norris finished in 4th or 5th, and the race later picked up his first podium in his F1 career. Rising Star now heads off as the pit lane, but Blue Rocket guy, oh, he misses it. Could that be a consequence towards the end of the Grand Prix? He did commit to it, but went out wide. But what is the rule about the white line here? Oh, look at that, almost sped in the pit lane too.
You have to, Laser did mention this, you have to stay in the white line if you come into the pit lane. So if he has cut that, a penalty will be on his way, unfortunately.
Oh, small mistakes like that has big consequences. And now Harry Kane's on the back of Blue Rocket again as we continue the battle towards turn 3. Blue Rocket has been very aggressive. We saw the Brazilian Grand Prix when he started outside the top 10, made his way through. Look at that, side by side now between these two. But obviously I think Harry Kane will have the DRS. No, it's Blue Rocket guy who has the DRS. Pocket Valid guy is right behind him too. He's not able to get past these two despite being on the hard compound tyres. As we make our way down towards turn 4 we go. Guess who's caught up? Laser, Jesse the Cranker with great pace. Oh, we almost lost it at turn 4, just saying that. But Jesse the Cranker, who's up there in P4 in the RB, showed some tremendous pace. He started down in P13, now he's into P4, right to the back of this battle here. So these guys are caught up quickly, with these guys scrapping out towards the turn 3 and turn 4, where they went side by side, lost a little bit of time. So when are these guys going to pit? Right now. So Harry Kane's in the pit lane, Blue Rocket guy is in the pit lane too, but he misses the white line again, so that could be him getting exposed on stream. I really hate to expose people because I'm not a snitch, but sometimes people get reported for that one. But Blue Rocket guy and Harry Kane with the pit lane to go to the hard compound tyres, and let's see, where will they rejoin? Jensen, the two Hasses pitted. Jensen's ahead of his teammate. That's a massive undercut, but we know he stayed out later in comparison to the rest of them. So I think Jensen will have a massive undercut. Jesse the Crank at the back of Pocket Vanna guy as we head towards turn 3. Noah Dietrich is up into P4. The spy started at the back of the field. We've got many different scenarios going in this Grand Prix, different strategies. Harry Kane's rejoined in front of Fireplace, but behind Rising Star. Blue Rocket also there in P13 too.
Yeah, I was just keeping an eye on Jensen and Rising Star. The gap at the moment is 3 seconds, so that's how much you can tell with the undercut at the moment. I think that is definitely important. Obviously, this race, obviously Jensen and Rising Star and Harry Kane were all together, but they're about 5 seconds between each other, especially between Rising Star and Harry Kane. And Fireblaze is obviously right behind him as well. Fireblaze has already stopped. He's on five lap old hard compound tyres. I think he had front wing damage right at the start, so I believe he pitted for that. And obviously with that front wing change as well. He's lost about another 7 seconds, so you can tell how powerful the undercut really is.
Jensen needs to dispatch Martin immediately, doesn't lose time because the gap is over 3 seconds. It's just over 3 seconds, but he's about his time so far into turn 1. Jesse Cranker versus Pocket Van guy. He re-overtakes him there, but Surprise Laser and Noah Dietrich haven't pitted just yet in this Grand Prix. Neither has Dragon and Martin. Martin's now been overtaken by Jensen, puts himself into P7. That's a very crucial move there, not to get stuck behind the Alpine, and overtook him in the conventional place to make sure he doesn't lose any time. And Fireblades is ahead of Hurricanes. We go towards turn 3. Blue Rocket is right at the back of the Red Bull driver. Incredible battle going on D between these guys here, but there could be an investigation opened up towards Rising Star and Blue Rocket. We saw both of them on the stream exceed the white line after he tried to go to the pit lane but lost grip, and they stood at the pit lane too, as the pit lane entry line defines the pit lane entry and the white line towards the racing line as well. So Luxie is ahead of Nordis. We know Nordis had wing damage. We know that Bear Remy suffered with a bit of wing damage. He's down into 20th place. So Nordis, crucially, is ahead of the third place man in the championship. I know Dietrich and Laser are off in the pit lane then, as they are going to go on the hardcore power tires, take them towards the end, but the top two on the hardcore power tires have stayed out there. They're going to go on the mediums towards the end, and Pocky Vanagai gets a much better exit. He puts himself back into first, easy overtake, and he takes the lead of the Grand Prix as well. So these Harvarders there just extending their stint, waiting to go on the medium power tires. We'll see. Can they close down? Look at that stop on the back. Where's Hurricane? Oh, Hurricanes. Yeah, I got confused between the Williams there, but Rising Star is up into P5 ahead of Martin. Hurricanes fighting with Fireblaze. That's an easy overtake with the DRS there, and Blue Rocket is just waiting patiently. Hits the back of him. Just a tap though, but luckily no more than that. Otherwise, there could have been front wing damage there for Blue Rocket, who's got tremendous pace like he did in Brazil.
Yeah, so as you can see now, the gap between Harry Kane, Rising Star, Jensen is all spread out a bit. Obviously, all these guys were fighting for that whole first position, and obviously Laser on the back of Nordis, and he's further down as well. So the likes of Laser and Zaluxi and Blue Rocket and even Fireblaze and Harry Kane have all got some work to do to try and take that race win. Obviously, I think Jensen's done exactly the right time to come into the pit lane. He obviously knew that the undercut is powerful around here, but obviously his tyres are a little bit older than Harry Kane's, obviously 3 lap younger than Jensen's. So let's see if that takes a hit in any way, as Harry Kane is now going to get past Martin. Obviously Martin has not stopped yet, still on 17 lap old medium compound tyres, so I think he's going to try and take these as long as possible. With Martin, of course, he's not really got anything to lose. He's just out there for fun, really. And so Fireblaze is now going to try and get the overtake done on Martin. But here comes Blue Rocket on the inside, so it's 3 wide down to turn number 4. Blue Rocket. Oh, we've got some bit of contact as well with Martin. I don't think there's any damage done, and Blue Rocket gets that double overtake done down to turn number 4, and now right behind Harry Kane.
Could have been a nasty moment there for Martin because he got shoved against the wall. I saw it back in the Div 2 race in Mills. Yes, got shoved against the wall, and he crashed out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately, caused a safety car, and that really spiced things up in the Grand Prix as well. We had one safety car due to Adams and another safety car due to Mills. Rise picks himself up a 3-second penalty. Jesse Cranker and Pocket Vanagai are still pulling away. Pocket Vanagai on his return as well, because I know he's missed a few races, and Pocket Vanagai has been overtaken by Jesse. He puts himself back into P1. Jesse is cooking as Laser sets the fast up to the Grand Prix. Rise is ahead or behind Jensen, puts himself into P3. Do you know what I think Jensen's done? I think he pitted in his DRS train. He knows he's got a 3-second penalty, but if it's hard to break away from a DRS train. So what he's done, undercut, try and break away from the DRS and try and build that gap over 3 seconds if he can. That's what he's done, because with a 3-second penalty, you just can't go anywhere when you're stuck in a DRS train. And he's also hoping that other people pick themselves up a 3-second penalty too, because that'll put him back on a level playing field.
Yeah, exactly that, and I think he's done the right thing of trying to pit early. Obviously, he got that warning before he got that penalty before he stopped. So he'll be trying to obviously maintain that 3-second second penalty to try and take that race win. I think he's done the exact right thing of trying to pit early compared to these guys, and now he's just got to keep up with the pace, basically try and do the same kind of lap times as Harry Kane is doing as Harry Kane. I think at the moment Harry Kane is currently just ahead on time and screens, 16.0 from Harry Kane on 2 laps ago, and then Jensen quickly is a 16.5 3:16. So Jensen is currently doing high 6, where Harry Kane is doing low 6s. So at the moment, it's about half a tenth a lap. Harry Kane is catching by.
Rise of Star has got ahead of Rise, puts himself into P3 now. Crucial move for him because he wants to keep that Blue Rocket and Harry Kane behind and try and get out of the DRS range as well. So let's calm down for a minute. Pocket Valley guy hasn't pitted just yet, so once he pits, Jesse Kranker will be with him. Jesse Kranker trying to do an undercut on Pocket Valley guy. He's got a Red Bull behind him. That is Remy. Oh, such a dismal race for the Red Bull driver. He's having a rotten look so far. Is Remy very quick in the last season, but this season, the F1 23 game, things haven't gone his way at all. He has picked up a podium this season, has Remy. He's picked up 2 podiums. He's picked up a win as well. But other than that, it's just got a shame for him. But what's happened further up the field there? Fireblaze is now ahead of Rise. Crucial move for him, although it was very easy because Rise did pit.
Yeah, Rise has come into the pits and also changing the front wing as well. So he had that damage from that Constantina effect that we saw early in the race with a load of cars getting that front wing damage. So he come in, go into those medium compound tyres and also a front wing change as well.
Blue Rocket now is ahead of Harry Kane, but we know these two will continue scrapping all the way to top 36, so I can't wait to see what happens as Harry Kane now leapfrogs Blue Rocket. But I know Fireblaze is starting to struggle. The car is a bit reluctant to turn in because his tyres getting old. He was the first one to pit, and he was also suffering with front wing damage there, so I don't think that was optimal strategy for Fireblaze. Lord Brad, the top G, picks himself up a 3-second tap. Do you know what? I got scared from him because I thought it was Harry Kane because he went so wide out of turn 7, but luckily kept one wheel in line. But you know, track limits were brutal, I think, in this season. I think 46 penalties were picked up due to track limits in the 2023 F1 Grand Prix. And Hamilton was going to complain about Perez getting track limits, but he got a penalty himself, did Lewis Hamilton. But as we head down towards Turn 1, this trio continues. Laser, though, popping in fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He's currently carrying Zuluxi with him so far. Zuluxi. Oh, no!
No. Picked up a 3-second penalty. So, like you said, Blue Rocket and Harry Kane are currently they are kind of working together. They're not losing too much time. They're just keeping overtaking each other with the DRS, and obviously DRS being powerful, and they don't really want to be fighting too hard with each other because that's when they're going to start losing time. So they're kind of doing the right thing, really, and using the DRS to both of their advantage to try and gain some time on, obviously, the top 2. Obviously, Pocket Valley Guy still got a pit, and I believe he will be stopping this lap, to be fair. Yes, he pulls into the inside, so Pocket Valley Guy is into the pits now, and we'll see where he comes where he comes out in, and see where he can, how much time and where he can finish at the end. But I believe he will be coming out where Jesse is at the moment, or maybe a couple of seconds down from where Jesse is. So maybe just ahead of Nordus, or right behind of Nordus. We'll see.
We'll see if Pocket Valley Guy can catch up towards the back of this field on the midi-compound tyres with only 13 laps to go. Atlas Copo did the same strategy, but didn't quite work out. So Luxie picked himself a penalty. Here comes Harry Kane on the back of Blue Rocket, goes side by side with him. But as you said, these two are just trading DRS in the right places. They're trying to catch Rise and Star. They're making sure they don't find the corners. So Luxie is ahead of Laser in the breaker zone up the inside of him. Laser's been setting fast up the fastest lap, but he's got Luxie to deal with. And Noah Dietrich as well, who started towards the back end of the field as he joined in quite late. I'm not quite sure if he got a lap time or not. I'll have a look right now to see if he did. He started down in P15, 8 plus 7, that's 15 into, yeah, it is 15th place.
Yeah, quick shout out to Fireblaze. At the moment, he's on 13 lap old hard compound tyres. Obviously, he should be able to get to the end on these tyres, but important for Fireblaze is to make sure to stay in the DRS or the top 2, because he has the opportunity to maybe get that podium finish. Obviously, he's on 13 lap old tyres, and at the moment, obviously Blue Rocket and Harry Kane is currently catching these guys. And this is what Fireblaze exactly needs to do: just make sure he stays in DRS to obviously help him catch up to this Rising Star on Jensen. At this moment in time, I don't believe he knows that he's got penalties. Obviously, on his screen, he'll only see who's ahead of him who's ahead of him. By that I mean he'll only see the top. So he'll only see Harry Kane and Blue Rocket. He won't be able to see Rising Star or Jensen. So unless he's not watching the stream, he will not know that they've got penalties.
I've got a theory. Could Rising Star be a guinea pig and fight Harry Kane and Blue Rocket? to get that gap over 3 seconds and get the Jets the win. That's the only option. We know that Blue Rocket and Hurricane are holding them down. That's inevitable, really. It's coming any given moment. But Rise of Star, can he be the sacrifice and try and just hold up Blue Rocket and Hurricane, get that gap over 3 seconds? Although Rise of Star, the gap was 2.2. Blue Rocket has picked himself up a 3-second time penalty. It's down to Hurricane and Fireblaze now to get this win. But Fireblaze is on all the tyres. We know he had full-weight damage at the start of the Grand Prix ever since lap 1, and now he's got foul up all the tyres. That's the disadvantage he has. Hurricane is in the sweet spot to win this Grand Prix. All Hurricane has got to do is not pick up a 3-second time penalty as he gets so close to the breaker zone. Laser is now up to P6, trying to bring that gap down, but he's just a bit too far away of those guys ever since he made that mistake out of turn 3. Noah Dietrich is ahead of Jesse DeCranker. Jesse DeCranker, of course, is on the newer medium, so expected to be quicker, but Noah Dietrich did just be overtaken. But now they're caught up to Rise of Star. But Rise of Star, what's he going to do? He's going to fight these guys. He's got to, really. He's got to try and get that gap over 3 seconds towards Harry Kane. What's the gap to leader right now between Kane and... it's 2.2, so an extra 8 tenths will do. But Rise of Star there, what will he do? Will he help his teammate, or will he try and focus on his own race?
Yeah, we'll find out in a couple of seconds time now, obviously, with these DRS. Will Rise and Star do what Mindful Wasp did yesterday and really defend just for me, really, which I really appreciate how he defended that. But we're about to find out. Rise, 3-second penalty. And just make you aware, Fireblaze is already on 2 warnings as well. So one more warning, he will also get penalty as well.
I think they're just relying on Hurricane now to pick up a penalty. I think that's gone out the window for Rise to Star, because Rise to Star's caught up to his teammate, so using him as DRS. As I look, see there on the back of Laser, Noah Dietrich and Jesse DeCranker. Laser finds himself with 3 new rookies on the back of his tail. Here comes the Luxie, the first one on the hard compound tyre, same strategy for him. Puts himself into P6. And a great drive from Zaluxi once again in the Sauber, although he has got a 3-second time penalty. Jesse Cranker is on the back of his back door. Pocket Vanner guy on a bonus set of medium compound tyres, looking to get back the time, but there's only about 10 laps left to go in the Grand Prix.
Has Jensen made a mistake? Because all of a sudden, Rising Star is just on the back of Jensen all of a sudden. So I'm guessing Jensen made a little bit of a mistake somewhere. So I suppose in a way, this does help Jensen and helps Rising Star to get his DRS. So maybe they're trying to. I guess they're trying to now obviously help each other with DRS and not have the opportunity for Blue Rocket and Harry Kane to obviously overtake. But obviously they've got to do this tactical if they are doing this manoeuvre now.
And now Rise Stars ahead, but it's Blue Rocket looking to pounce, forcing Jensen into an error, but he's not going to fall for that one, so he stays in P2. But the top 5 are back together like they were in the first stint, but they're all on different age of tyres. Jensen was the first one to pit in this bunch, and now it's cost him towards the end of the Grand Prix. He's on all the tyres. Here comes Blue Rocket now on Jensen, but can't quite make a move. Hurricane just sitting patiently in the background there, not wanting to make any rash moves. He knows the top 3 have got a 3-second penalty. He's going to go for the win regardless. He don't care that people ahead of him have penalties. He still wants to win on the track because you feel more rewarded for winning on the track rather than winning on the penalties.
Yeah, exactly that. Obviously, in my situation last night, I wasn't really bothered. I was more thinking about the championship towards the end of that race, because I knew that Burmeister and Adams weren't really in that race, obviously. So I just wanted to take maximum points as I could. And take no risks really, but obviously these guys are in a different kind of race. Harry Kane obviously will be trying to get get into double digits of wins, as Blue Rocket is also trying and take his first win of the season, as well as Rising Star and Jensen as well, I do believe, also looking for their first win of the season. Blue Rocket goes down the inside of Rising Star and gets that move done, and I think he'll get DRS as well. So now I try and go for a move on Jensen down to turn 4, takes the inside. Jensen doesn't really defend it as much. He would expect him to go onto the inside to defend the move, but he hasn't. And Blue Rocket up into the lead as Harry Kane is also now side by side with Rising Star round the outside. You saw this last round, little bit of contact, and because of that, it kind of unsettled the car. So Harry Kane had to kind of back out a bit and stay in P4 for this moment in time.
There is only one more spot left at the podium because Hurricane and Fireblades will get a 1-2. But who is going to get third place between Rising Star, Jensen, and Blue Rocket? My money's on Blue Rocket because he's got some tremendous pace and he's also got younger tyres as well. He's really put on a show, has Blue Rocket, defending and attacking both Hasses as we head down towards turn 1, all bunched up together. The both Hasses and the DRS each other. Hurricane has a moment out of turn 1. Hopefully, no more of that because he did lose it where Latifi crashed in 2020 on his debut on his rookie season. As we go down towards turn 3, he's not going to make a move. It's Rising Star or Jensen on Blue Rocket then as they all get bunched up out of the corner. DRS once again enabled. Are these guys now going to play it tactically in terms of DRS? Because we're coming towards those moments where you don't want to be first in the DRS, you want to be about second or third. But who will be in the right place at the right time? Noah Dietrich on the back of Laser as we go down towards turn 4. Has the inside line. Jesse DeCranker, by the way, is still stuck there. Bit of contact between those two. Noah Dietrich is ahead of Laser. Puts himself into P6. Great drive from Noah after a much needed drive. So Williams 5-6 so far, but we know. Oh, Electro Dan spun, and there's a yellow flag there. Is that a virtual safety car been deployed? First time actually we've seen that.
Yeah, so he's spun, but no damage done. So yeah, this is the first kind of safety car we've seen today. I think we've seen the safety car at least once every race so far this season. So yeah, this race has gone really quick, lap 29 or 36. But while we got this brief hold, I was expecting Laser to try and, well, I suppose he can't really do it, but I think Laser and Noah needs to kind of work together if they want to get into this pack of the leading pack to try and obviously help, I suppose, Laser now to get onto that podium and get close to Hurricane as possible. So Laser kind of needs to work. Oh, what's happened here? Hurricane and Rising Star kind of overtaking each other, but all sorted now. Pocket Valley guys got to drive through.
Oh, it's a shame for him down there in P10. And also, what happened at turn 3? Because Blue Rocket went so slow. I think they were trying to adhere to the Delta. I think they're trying to gun it, realised they're in the red zone, had to bring the Delta towards the positive. And Jensen almost hit the back of Blue Rocket. Rising Star had to slow down as well. But all of a sudden, it looks like the gaps are being started to separate now as we get underway once again. Rising Star's losing his touch towards Jensen. We know in the first stint he struggled in the medium compound tyres, constantly lost traction, but now he's at the DRS range. Blue Rocket is really gunning for it. Can he do it as we make our way now towards the final corner? Jensen just stays in DRS range. Same with Rising Star on the back of Jensen as well, but Jensen's 1 second away, but he does have the DRS on the straight to keep himself in contention on the back of Blue Rocket. Tried to gun for it during the virtual safety car period, but Jensen goes a bit deeper to turn 1, uses a lot of curb there, and Rising Star is also struggling as well. He's got a Hurricane all at the back of him as we head towards turn 3. I think Hurricane needs to make a move now. He knows that Rising Star is on all the tyres, but he's just a bit too far back to make a move going down to 3. Probably try and set himself up at turn 3, get a good exit, go up the inside of turn 4, but Rising Star just stays ahead. Laser and Noah Dietrich side by side up into 6th place. He goes. Hurricane now overtakes Rising Star, puts himself into 3rd, and we're back with the battle between the top 3.
Yeah, so these guys are starting to spread out a bit. I think the tyre wear is starting to kick in now. Obviously, they're near the end of this Grand Prix now. Like I said, it's gone pretty quick. 4.7 is the gap between Noah and Fireblaze at the moment. So these guys really cannot catch up to the leading pack. So I think Laser's best result, but so far, will be a P6 finish, unfortunately, because Harry Kane is in P3. He's in the leading pack, so it looks like Harry Kane will be gaining more points in the advantage. Not by much, but it's more an advantage for Harry Kane.
Harry Kane is a dark horse here in SFR. Pocket Valley guy gets himself another 3-second tab penalty unfortunately for him. He is on the bonus there, medium compound tyres. Here comes Jensen now for the net lead of the Grand Prix, puts himself back into first. Jesse Cranker picks himself up a 3-second tab penalty. That's a turn 1. So all these drivers there start to feel the effects of the order tyres. So here comes Laser, and here comes Jesse Cranker trying to make a move on Noah Dietrich. He might get swamped here into turn number 3. Oh, contact! Laser's off the circuit! They make contact, they both collect each other, just wheel tagging there, and now Laser's down to P8. That's a massive shame. Pocket Valley guys now through. They just connected wheels, and that glitch where they just go off the track together happened, unfortunately.
Yeah, we saw it last night as well between Smoke and Calvin. I think it wasn't as effective as we just saw it, but Pocket Valley guys still got to serve that drive-through. I think he got served within 3 laps, so I think Pocket Valley guy would be serving it this lap, and they've only got 3 more guys without a penalty. Fireblaze, Harry Kane, and Bear Remy still got to pick up a penalty, of course, but leading pack again, really close together once again.
consistency what wins your Grand Prix. Jensen gets a 6-second time penalty, so his podium's gone now. And now here comes Rising Star on Harry Kane, so he's forced himself up into P3 as Rising Star, and Harry Kane's been demoted into 4th place. And here comes Fireblaze looking for him over the inside. There's been contact, Harry Kane and Rising Star, and now Rising Star gets a better exit than the Ferrari driver as we continue wheel to wheel between Rising Star and Blue Rocket as we go down towards turn 4. We know one of these two will get 3rd place because Jensen has a 6-second time penalty, so it's down to these two decide who will get 3rd place in this Grand Prix. Jesse Kranker is now up into 6th place finally on those mini compound tyres. He was stuck in that train between Noah Dietrich, Laser and Zaluxi as well. As Jesse Kranker once again having another good race. He finishes at the top 8 at the Brazilian Grand Prix. A 6th place finish could be on the cards for him as the rest of the guys around him has a 3-second time penalty or more. 3 drivers, Hurricane, Fireblaze and Remy, do not have a 3-second time penalty. Got to keep it that way because Fireblaze will get the podium again. So will Hurricane, but will take the win. This win could be, I think Fireblaze, despite being on all the tyres, as the Mercedes has spun out turn 1, but no safety car. That's Rise going for a spin there, so hopefully he gets going once again. But all 20 drivers remain in this Grand Prix. There he is. He could get a DRS towards Jensen, but he gets out of the way. Here comes Rise and Star now side by side with Blue Rocket as we head down towards turn 3. The top 3, 2 Haas's and 1 Ferrari. These guys have had an incredible battle. I'm surprised they haven't lost the wings, haven't spun each other out. These guys are keeping it nice and clean. So respect to all of them, but this is going to get hectic now because I think Rise and Star and Blue Rocket know the situation where one of these two could get a podium towards in the Grand Prix. But who will it be? Jesse Kranker's got ahead as a look. See, Rise and Star just tapped the back of Blue Rocket. I don't think Fireblaze has the tools to fight Hurricane because on all the tyres.
Yeah, he's doing exactly what he's doing right now, and this is perfect for him. Obviously, I suppose he would want to try and get in the fight a little bit more, to obviously, especially with Harry Kane, because between himself and Harry Kane, that's for the race win. So I think Fireblaze has maybe just taken his time and maybe go for a pounce on that final lap of the Grand Prix, or even just waiting for a mistake for Harry Kane, because Harry Kane does seem like he still wants to try and get that win on track. He knows that all these guys ahead of him have now got penalties, but at the same time, we know what Harry Kane is like. He does like to try and take the win on circuit rather than penalties. So Fireblaze will be looking to try and have a look at Harry Kane maybe next lap.
Jensen's out of the picture. He's got a 6-second time penalty. Harry Kane's going for his 10th of the season. Fireblaze is trying to go for his 2nd of the season. Here comes Blue Rocket. Now slows down and Rising Star goes around the outside. That could be dangerous there. There's been a contact between Blue Rocket and Rising Star. Contact with Harry Kane. Fireblaze is up into P4. That's a very crucial move for him. He could be the one to win this Grand Prix now because Harry Kane has been pushed into P5 like it was at turn 3. It was the Constantino effect. Here comes Rising Star at the back of Blue Rocket. Nothing he can do about that one, but he's got him in his sights for the DRS Open. This is going to be very interesting now. Can Harry Kane get ahead of Fireblaze? Look at that, he's defending there. Harry Kane was trying to make a move at turn 9 like he did on Blue Rocket a few laps ago, but he can't quite make it stick. This is the last lap of the Grand Prix. 4.3 kilometers to go, but we don't know what the order is going to be just yet as we head down towards turn 1. Fireblaze's main target is to stay ahead of Harry Kane, but the difficulty he has is on all the tyres. Can he keep him behind? Will he get involved in contact with the top 3? Here comes Rising Star and Blue Rocket. These two are fighting for a podium with a 3-second time as they swap lines there. Here comes Blue Rocket taking the lead of the Grand Prix. Here comes Hurricane. They make contact. Rising Star goes through. Contact with Hurricane. There's a Mercedes who's spun in the background. That's Rise. It doesn't matter. He's a back marker. Look at these two. Jensen versus Blue Rocket. Rising Star. P3 to P1. Look at this. Jensen back down the inside of Blue Rocket as we head down towards turn 4. Jensen gets a better exit, but Fireblaze is in the position to win this Grand Prix. Crucially, he stays ahead of Harry Kane. These two are continuing their fight there. Jensen trying to go around the outside, doesn't have no grip. Blue Rocket stays in P2, but the victory is going to go to this man, Fireblaze, who had picked up full wind damage at the start of this Grand Prix, had to go for an early pit stop, change his wing, and it's really helped him a lot as well. Picked his moment at the right time. There's a spinner, no! Oh no, Harry Kane could get it back as we go side by side. Oh, Harry Kane takes the victory! Oh my goodness me, Harry Kane has just got Fireblaze. Fireblaze gets a 20-second time penalty. What the oh my goodness me, that's undeserved.
Why did Fireblaze get a penalty?
What?
I don't understand that.
I'm going to say it right now. Bullshit penalty. That's fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry to spare.
I tell you what though, with that penalty, he would get that removed. Harry Kane would still take the win. I don't know if you see the gap.
5,000.
The gap Gap between Harry Kane and Fireblaze is 20.005. That's how close it was for that victory. I remember, a lot of these guys will probably remember, back in season 8 between Rage Hunter and Calvin Racing back in Canada. I don't think it was that close, but that's the closest finish we've seen in SFR, I think.
Here in Austria as well, oh my goodness me, the race got decided towards the line. I've not seen that happen for a long, long time as well. What a race. I put a lot of energy into that one.
Yeah, I'm guessing Fireblaze got that penalty for ignoring yellow flags, but he will definitely get that appealed, and I'm sure he'll get that removed as well.
Nah, he will get that appealed because the has spun in front of him. Where's he gonna go?
Exactly,
in the back of him?
Yeah, exactly.
Fireblaze will finish in P2, so that means it's Fireblaze, Hurricane, and Fireblaze, Hurricane, and Rising Star. So I think we should invite Fireblaze because we know it's an unfair penalty.
Yeah, I'll get it in. Yep.
Yeah.
So it'll be Harry Kane. I'll get Blue Rocket in anyway because he's also on the 30th finish. I know we don't normally do I know we don't normally do 4 people, but I don't think it'll be. I'll be fair on Blue Rocket. So it's going to be quite long, but I think if you just keep it short, it'll be all right.
Right, so Harry Kane is in the double figures, 10 wins this season, unbelievable stuff indeed. Again, he increases his championship lead because his team, his rival is in P6, although he's got the fast up the Grand Prix as well in 6th place there, has laser. Great recovery considering that him and I think it was Noah Dietrich made contact at turn 3. Nolder slips inside back in the top 10 despite being so far away after he sustained front wing damage as well. But what a race. Division 3, 2 and 1 all had an amazing show. And for the 3rd time in a row, the driver that does not have a penalty, who didn't lead the race, wins again. We saw that in Division 1 with Havlar, Division 2 with Owen Mansell, and Division 3 here with Harry Kane. So it turns out 3 races in a row, who didn't get a penalty towards the end, won the Grand Prix despite not being in the lead towards the end of it. I feel so bad for Fireblaze. I really do feel sorry for him because he had to avoid the hazard in front of him. He had to slow down a bit. Harry Kane just got him on the exit. I just feel so bad for him. But Harry Kane somehow gets the victory again, and it's his 10th win of the season. I feel so bad for him. It's one of those situations where it's motorsport. You get lucky and get unlucky. Fireblaze, he did get unlucky with that front wing damage, but worked hard for it. Got Harry Kane. Then unfortunately, in the final corner, we saw a spinning Haas, which forced him to go off the track, get a 20-second time penalty for no reason whatsoever, and he was 5 thousandths away. That's how close it was.
So all 4 have been invited. So let's see if they will join now. Obviously, we know Harry Kane will join. He joins every time, but that's Harry Kane's 10th win of the season. So he's now in double digits of that obviously race wins. And obviously, if Fireblaze does get that appealed, which obviously he should, and I'm sure they will remove it, who does finish 2nd, but the gap between the two, like I said, has been the closest I think we ever have seen in SFR.
Rising Star will not join the podium interview, so we get to speak to 3 people. But we'll see then. Harry Kane thought his victory was lost after getting beaten by Fireblaze, but saw his eyes wide opened once he saw that Fireblaze was off the circuit. Picked himself up a 20-second time penalty, which was undeserved. I think Harry Kane will agree. But even without that penalty, he's still beaten by 5 thousandths of a second then, so Harry Kane is still the race winner with no penalties to his name, and that's the reason why this man has got 10 wins this season. Very consistent. He's a dark horse, a silent assassin in these races. Bad qualifyings, or I'm not going to say bad, just mid qualifyings, average qualifyings, but performs in the race where it's necessary. We're waiting for Fireblaze. I'm not quite sure if he wants to join the party because he could be very angry. I know I would be if I lost a victory like that, so Fireblaze could be very heated up. We're waiting for Blue Rocket, and it could be another Harry Kane episode if those 2 don't join, which I don't mind because that means I don't have to speak to more people. We'll give a few minutes to Fireblaze. Maybe he's a bit peeved off what happened there. I know I'll be very annoyed. But you know what? Despite all of that, all those battles we saw in the first and second stint, the 36-lap race, it gets it all nice and clean. I thought wheel contact, barging people off the track would happen, but no. This is the pinnacle of SFR Division 1, the caliber of these drivers as well, the talented racing skills they have, the racecraft all these drivers have, displaying why they deserve to be in Division 1. Of course, it's going to be wheel banging, because you can't always try and keep it clean. It's impossible, but at the same time, wheel banging is a part of the sport. As long as there's not much more than that, it's okay. It doesn't look like Fireblaze is joining. Blue Rocket's gone AWOL, so I think we'll go with Harry Kane. I'll give Blue Rocket a tag in the Discord to make sure he's aware that he's been invited to the party. But I want it to be a full race, 72 laps. I could do that the whole race. I could literally do that. Where is Blue Rocket? There he is. So, we'll go towards Hurricane. Wow, mate, you've been involved in a lot of battles in this Grand Prix, and at one stage, the podium, or the win for you, slipped away from your hands. But all of a sudden, you saw an opening when Fireblaze went off the track. I bet your heart was pounding when you were both going side by side towards the line, Mr. Hurricane.
Yeah, it was intense, the last few laps. I had it under control the whole time. When Blue Rocket also got a pen, but the second to last lap they fought so much that I was slowed down, and Fireblaze could pass me. So it was a struggle at the last lap, but I didn't want to go for any unnecessary dives other than the turn 2 because of the championship, and yeah, I didn't want to destroy his race. But fortunately, I didn't go for any stupid moves, and was there in the end to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, you were. You're always there, even though the win looked impossible because you couldn't find a way past Fireblaze. It just opened up for you because Fireblaze had to avoid the spinning Haas, and all of a sudden you get a good run out of the final corner to just out-drag him towards the line with the DRS there. It was so close. I didn't know actually you won towards the end because Fireblaze popped up with the 20-second time penalty, so we had to figure out a few moments later. But yeah, what a battle between you guys. You kept it all nice and clean. I know you were hanging backwards because I know you don't really go for any rash moves. You just try and wait and bide your time and pick the right opportunity to do those moves as well. And it paid off in the end as well towards you because you picked up your 10th win of the season, and you see your championship rival fall down to 6th as well. But that race was just crazy, Matthias. I didn't even know what questions to ask you because yeah, it was just like a roller coaster ride. So what was your what was going through your mind during those races there? Were you just trying to wait for one of those guys to make a mistake? Because like you said, the top 3 were just fighting intensely, and therefore you just couldn't find a way past without trying to go for a dive bomb because you know your championship's at stake.
Yeah, the whole race I was cautious that I didn't want to make any mistakes. I did make one big mistake out of turn 1 that I lost 5 positions of, but it ended well. I caught up to them, but yeah, it's close. It's fun to race. A bit too much racing every lap, maybe, for it to not go as fast and lose more people at the start, but it is what it is. It's fighting, it's fair, and it's a lot of fun. I was thinking after the quali that Blue Rocket was going to drive away, but like he did in Brazil, he was so fast. He had the best race pace. But I felt like I had the best race pace today. I could just get people in by like 2 or 3 tenths a lap, and just stay there and save energy and tires.
Yeah, I know you stored up a lot of battery. You're very sufficient at saving battery there as well, so that really helped you. But yeah, it's just been a fantastic race as well. Like you said, there was a lot of battling going on for you, more than you'd like to, because you got to keep an eye behind you, in front of you as well. How difficult, how stressful is it to be in a constant DRS train, looking behind in front of you? Like, what's going through your head at that time? How are you able to stay calm and composed and know when to try and overtake people?
It's difficult to know when you have to get past and or not. You have to plan ahead in the future laps, because you don't want to be first out on the last lap, but you don't want to be fifth in the train either. So it's really just a guessing game and trying to get in a good position. Try not to fight too much so you don't lose time to the guys behind, so that you have secured a good position and can fight for a podium or a win.
And yeah, it's like the same situation really with the last race in Brazil, because Blue Rocket has good pace. Like you said, he does have good pace, but unfortunately the consistency is not there. I know Austria is a difficult track not to pick up any penalties, but at the same time, you got to be in it to win it. But yeah, it's the same scenario where he's got good pace, but just can't seem to avoid those track limits, and therefore you take advantage of him. So that's what won you the race today. But yeah, it's been fantastic, the whole race, just to watch you guys just scrap it out all the time from lap 1 all the way to lap 36. That one mistake out of turn 1 put you down to P5, but still, it didn't phase you. You're able to get back up there. It's very rare to see you make mistakes, Matthias, but when you do make mistakes, it doesn't phase you. You're able to continue with it.
Yeah, it's just you have to reset and yeah, just think ahead. You can't go and dwell on the mistake you have made, because then you are going to make more mistakes and lose more time, and you can't win races when you do that. So just thinking the next corner, next lap.
Season 14 is when we raced around here in Austria as well, and I remember you losing internet work, didn't you, around here in Austria?
Yeah, I remember.
And you joined me in the party because you were very angry.
Yeah, I may be angry.
But Harry, I see you as like a very calm driver now, because I know in season 14, every time you made a mistake or you lost internet, you always joined the party and was so angry at the time. I was worried that you're going to say something that you shouldn't. But this time, this season, is it because you got more experience under your belt and you're able to stay calm now and try not to react to things like you did last season? Have you got more calm or mature now?
Yeah, it's a bit of everything. I think I'm a bit more mature, but it's also a lot of help from my new team, OVR. They helped me a lot to realize that you can't just get mad of everything, because things are going to happen. So just focusing ahead is a lot better, and you will be a lot better if you just don't dwell on the things that happens and just drive on.
Yeah, commiserations as well to your team, mate. I know he's really struggled in the past few races, Barry and me. Is there anything you could do to try and support him?
Yeah, because the thing is that he had really good race pace up till today. He was within 1.5 tenths of me when we were driving in the track. So he had good pace. He just missed a bit in the qual. I think he had at least 2 tenths on the lap. He just failed the last lap. So a bit more consistency in the qualifying, and he is up there. He would have fought for the victory with me and Fireblaze.
Yeah, hopefully your teammate has better pace in the next few races, because Nordus has leapfrogged him. Nordus is now P3 in the championship, so that's a spicy battle between between your teammate and Nordus as well. But you know, recently we've had a lot of new drivers come in. We've got a lot of new drivers come in. We've got Icy Men, who occasionally turns up. We've got Wingish, we've got Keenan Albarak, we've got Marco Hazara sometimes. Well, he's not a new driver, but yeah, you know what I mean. Crossfire Strikes. We've got Noah Dietrich, Amos Nico, Blue Rocket, Fireblaze, Pocket Valley Guy, and who else? I think I'm missing, so I don't want to miss any of them. Jesse DeCranker. Are you nervous about all these guys just coming in and ruining your championship, having an effect on it?
Yeah, if new guys come in, they will always have an effect on the championship. If it's in the back of the grid, they can make safety cars and such. If they are faster than us, they will take points on us. But it affects us both, or everyone in the championship. So it's equal for everyone, and you just have to make the best of it.
Thank you very much as well. And in the championship, it looks weird because you've got 10 wins and 12 podiums. Lay's got 1 win and 8 podiums, but yet you haven't got a massive gap in the championship. But we know you had a DNS in Hungary and Saudi Arabia because you were on holiday. The Belgian Grand Prix, you picked yourself up a 10-second penalty. After that, you picked up 3 wins in a row. The Dutch GP, I'm trying to remember, did you spin with somebody at turn 1? I can't remember who it was, but I think you spun at turn 1. Was it because of Adams at turn 3 when you hit the back of him?
Yeah, I was out of the pits and he just didn't see me or didn't care. He just turned in on me.
So yeah, 3 wins in a row, a bad race in the Netherlands, came back in Monza, although Marco should have won the race, but unfortunately picked himself up a penalty towards the end. No, a qualifying. I think it was a penalty because he went to II, so gave you the victory instead. Imola, you were on the wrong strategy, but after that, Azerbaijan, Singapore, Monaco, 3 wins in a row. The Canadian Grand Prix didn't go your way. In Spain, picked up a podium. USA picked up another podium. Mexico, you had a qualifying ban, which put you at the back of the field. Only scored 10 points, but you did get the fast lap of the Grand Prix as well. In Brazil, with a bizarre strategy, but you made it work, surviving with old hardcore politicians. Here in Austria, 10 wins in a row. What a season it's been for you so far, Mr. Matthias, mate. Doing a Sebastian Vettel, but you got more wins than him. He's had 9 wins in a row, but you've got 10 now.
Yeah, it's been a good season. I've been in the top, fighting for podiums every race, except for the one I had the qualifying ban in. So I have the pace. I just need to focus on trying to not go past the pit entry with too much speed, and I think I will be fighting for more wins.
And as well, we've got 4 races left to go this season. You got 10 wins. Can you beat Sebastian Vettel's record of 13 wins in a season?
I mean, it's going to be difficult with that many good drivers in the league now, but yeah, I will take it 1 race at a time, and I'll try it.
How do you feel for the Japanese Grand Prix? Is it one of your strongest tracks?
No, I don't think so, but I think I will be fighting up there for the podium at least. But it's a fun track to drive. Difficult, but I think we can have some good racing.
You did turn up last season in Japan, but I remember season 14 where you pitted onto a newer set of Inters with 5 laps left to go, and I thought, what is Harry Kane doing? He just cost himself a podium, but that turned out to be the best decision because 2 people in front of you, I think it was Glock and Romovaj, they were so slow, they lost about 3-4 seconds a lap. Glock got a punch at the end, Romovaj almost did, you got past both of them and finished in P3, if I remember that. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Got good memory, Harry Kane.
Yeah, it was a weird race because we started on dry tires on wet surface, and I struggled a lot. I think I lost like 3 places the first 7 laps, and then I got to the pace and got past them, and then when the pit stop phase came, I went onto the Inters, which turned out to be faster, but they degraded like 10% every lap. So I decided to pit another time, and I think that's the race I did one of my best overtakes I've ever done. In the second to last corner in the chicane in Japan.
You are the master as well at tyre saving. We saw that evidently back in Brazil. We saw the Chinese Grand Prix last season. We took the Inters all the way to the end. We saw that the Singapore Grand Prix. You're really good at tyre saving and choosing the right strategy as well. Even though I think sometimes they're crazy, but what do I know? You're the one that's driving the car. You're the one who's in the race, and no one's going on around you. And Harry, mate, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you as always. And congratulations on your race win today. And we'll see you in Japan. Owen Mansell, you got any questions for Matthias?
No, I haven't, but yeah, no. Oh, I always say that, I know. But yeah, excellent race again, mate. Obviously, you're in double digits now with that of the race wins. I've just asked Laser, Dan, and Sonic about a rerun on the British Grand Prix. See if that is happening or not. haven't heard anything as yet, but hopefully we'll hear something about it next week. So it could be potentially another 5 wins for you, Harry Kane, depending on whether we do a rerun of the British Grand Prix. But yeah, no, good race again for you today. And yeah, I think we've also just found out that was the closest finish we've had in SFR. I think you've beaten the record for the closest win for that as well. So yeah, no, good race. We'll see you in Japan next week.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome, mate. And Matthias, thank you for another good podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to be here.
All right, then, so that's it. And Owen, what a race, what a season. And we've got more races coming up, potentially 5 with the British GP, as it was cancelled due to COVID. No, sorry, cancelled due to the finals between England versus Spain, I think it was, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah, I can't remember now.
But yeah, we move on to the Japanese Grand Prix. The British GP will be slotted in, hopefully, to get the full calendar. And we'll see you all next at the Japanese Grand Prix, the land of the rising sun, an 8-figure circuit. Will Harry Kane continue to extend his winning streak, or can anybody else stop him? We'll see you all later. Goodbye for now. Thank you so much, Owen, as well.